2011, I had the opportunity to go to the USA, and I chose to go to Texas with the encouragement of my sister, who lives in Nashville. This footage and the paintings are the result of my exciting journey.
Please sign your ticket. Please remain in your seats or in your rooms till your ticket has been collected. Once again, please remain in your seat till your ticket has been collected.
It's a different city. When it rains, it trickles down from the filthy sky. She can see the panic in the driver's eyes. Let me out of here. The elevator feels like a secret room that everybody knows. She turns the key and waits and thinks, get me out of here. Take me down, down to the place where the monsters play. I give in, everything, everything all the way. She says sometimes tequila tastes like gasoline, and the words catch in her mouth. Then it takes a cube of ice and begins to slide. Her spine feels like a snake that's been pacified. She's melting in his hands as he starts to breathe, and it fills her up like a memory. Take me down, down to the place where the monsters play. I give in, everything, everything all the
Ladies and gentlemen,
way.
on behalf of your dining car crew, we would like to welcome anyone aboard train number 2 for Sunset Limit New Orleans and train 422 next connection to Chicago. The 5 train from Los Angeles to San Antonio.
He says women always talk about love too soon.
No me cierren los ojos, aún después de muerto. Los necesitaré aún para aprender.
And I pray that my eyes never shut, even for death. I who need all my vision to learn.
O aún el campanero, que al mover en la cuerda el firmamento, cayó de las iglesias hacia la oscuridad y el cementerio.
Even the bell ringer, moving the sky on a cord, fell from the church through the dark of the graveyard.
Entre titubeando en la aurora, anduve buscando secretos, cosas perdidas en los vagones.
At dawn, I stumbled inside, looking for secrets, things lost in the coaches.
I'm not really sure about wind farms. It's been good to have a look at this one because it goes for such a long distance and takes up a lot of space. There's a lot of metal in there, there's a lot of grease. We still need coal to make the metal and the iron ore. We're still digging up the earth. It's taking up a lot of airspace. I'm not sure about the effects on one's health, but I think there's a better way, and that's using the sun and smaller devices.
Entre los cuerpos que partieron, me senté solo en el tren inmóvil.
Among vanishing bodies, I alone sat down in the motionless train.
Does the dark take you home? Yes, you're lonesome tonight. The siren screams through your soul. It's a beautiful thing if you know who you are, just to know who you are. It's a beautiful thing if you know who you are, just to know who you are. Are you forsaken tonight? Left alone there to bleed? You're like a convict tonight, praying for a reprieve. It's a beautiful thing if you know who you are, just to know who you are. It's a beautiful thing if you know who you are, just to know who you are. An old black dress, a blood red glove. You're a cold-hearted woman no man could ever love. There's no sanctity here, no reality here, just the light creeping in through the curtains. The pale blue moon reminds you of lust, so you crawl through the rooms where love was won and lost. There's no certainty here, no divinity here, just a flame dying out from the fire. It's a beautiful thing if you know who you are, just to know who you are. It's a beautiful thing if you know who you are, just to know who you are, just to know who you are, just to know who you are.
Y yo en el tren, como humo muerto, con tantos inacibles seres, por tantas muertes, agobiado me sentí perdido en un viaje en el que nada se movió, sino mi corazón cansado.
And I in the train, a dead smoke among improvident spirits, bent under the burden of so many deaths, felt lost in a journey in which nothing else moved but my own way-worn heart.
We're skipping stones on the water, fishing for yabbies and eels. The paper and her head swirls around. It whirls around and around. Her hair swirls round.
Y que la edad escribe letras con agua y piedra para nadie.
Time writes in the ciphers of water and rock for no one at all.
aún el domador que volvió del caballo en un cajón, quebrado y fallecido.
The breaker of horses came back unhorsed, broken by death in a box.
Oh, it was just gorgeous. Because they had a lot of rain, did they? Did you know that? That's what the Australian desert would be like, but I've never been there. I have to
But that was a
say.
little earlier. That was
There's a
about
deer.
April.
There's some deer right there. There's 2 deer.
Pancho Villa, the rebel who fought for his people in Mexico to gain equal rights with the invaders, said that there were 2 things that the white man brought to Mexico, and that they were the church and the weapons. And I guess by weapons he means guns and things that were sort of more deadly and of high technology. Strange sort of combination that, isn't it? Christianity with all its righteousness, and what does it bring with it? Violence, lots of blood, lots of murder. Same history as Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Africa, but particularly Tasmania, where I live now.
Era España tirante y seca, diurno tambor de son opaco, llanura y nido de águilas, silencio de azotada intemperie.
Bone dry and taut, day's drum skin, a sounding opacity. That's how Spain was. An eyrie for eagles, flat-landed as silence under the thong of the weathers.
In the valley of darkness, in the valley of night, I saw my baby swinging in the pale moonlight. I said, hey, Mr. Hangman, won't you show your face tonight? I said, hey, Mr. Hangman, won't you show your face tonight? On the mountain top, through the blind and snow, they tracked my baby like a buffalo. I said, hey, Mr. Hangman, won't you show your face tonight? I said, hey, Mr. Hangman, won't you show your face tonight?
El Paso, the setting for many spaghetti westerns, hot, dry, harsh, and, well, it's everything you would expect to see here on the border with Mexico.
porque hacer fue el destino de las manos, y en cada cicatriz cabe la vida.
Because the hands work as a destiny, and life shapes itself to their scars.
Cute town, huh?
It's a hot town,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Estoy contento con tantos deberes que me impuse en mi vida.
I am glad of the great obligations I imposed on myself. Marfa, Texas is in the big country, in the Presidio County. Donald Judd, the minimalist installation artist, bought this property. I think it was a military base, and he set up basically a huge space to exhibit his work and that of Dan Flavin, Chamber and other artists. It was called the Chinati Foundation, named after some of the local mountains. But it certainly is the big sort of Texas thing in tradition. It's very masculine almost, should I, or am I able to say chauvinist, comes to mind. However, it's big in every way, and but there's some good things. They do offer internships and all sorts of other arts advantages for individuals and groups, and it's an interesting place to visit.
En mi vida se amasaron extraños materiales.
In my life, many strange and material things have crowded together. In an earthquake?
Yeah. I imagine, I know even with like the 100 works of aluminum, those are always cricking and creaking. And it's just because none of the spaces are climate controlled, so they're constantly adjusting to the changes in temperature. So that might account for some of the cracks here, just the expansion and contraction of the material.
Which is why they use concrete.
Yeah, probably.
It's interesting. I love the walls more than anything and the doors, because I paint things like that. I'm a painter, and I did a series on boat sheds on an island off Tasmania last year. Yeah, it was great, and I'm doing another series.
What kind of paint do you work with?
Oil, which is a bit of a killer. Yeah, it affects your lungs and stuff like that. It's a great space for those sculptures, because it's so much the antithesis of what the sculpture is, isn't it? Whoa, I got the wobbles. It's hard without it's hard when you don't have a tripod.
Yeah.
You can only carry so much.
Por eso, viajero, cuidado con las tristezas del camino, con los misterios en los muros.
Traveller, beware. Keep a curious eye on the glooms of the highway, the mysteries crowding the walls.
We went outside to see lots of shooting stars, but I saw something coming straight toward me. Now what could that be?
When you're not here and the night is clear, I'll remember how we looked into the sky. We saw satellites, worlds so far away, you and I together. Two of us together. A star is love that shines through time. I like to pick a star and make it mine. A star is love that shines through time. I know just where you are. Your star is next to mine.
Excuse me, Dad. I really love you.
Stars are cool, but they're all for the sun. He thinks he's the most important one, but we know that isn't true. You and I together, two of us together. A star is love that shines through time. I like to pick a star and make it mine. A star is love that shines through time. I know just where you are. Your star is next to mine. Love is love that shines through time. I like to pick a star and make it mine. A star is love that shines through time. I know just where you are. Your star is next to mine.
Por eso, agua en la piedra. Fue mi vida cantando entre la dicha y la dureza.
That is why, water on stone, my whole life has sung itself out between chance and austerity. I was reading in a magazine that I picked up in the Hotel Paesano, which is the most beautiful hotel I've ever stayed in, called Selizzo. It's a journal for that area, the Big Ben country, I guess, and the article's called Place Settings by Melissa Crowfoot Keane. And she said that there'd been quite a few books written with Marfa as the centre, and a recent one she looked up was called Marfa Shadows. And she says, I quote, "I feared that there would be too many dead bodies for my sensibilities, and I'm defensive about my hometown. I figured that some guy from Houston wouldn't be able to get Marfa properly. But John's a persuasive fellow, and I was intrigued to read a novel set in Marfa, so I agreed. Yeah, there are a lot of corpses in Marfa Shadows. My suspicion proved to be correct. I stopped counting about halfway through the book when the body count topped 50. But I was wrong about this Houston food writer not being able to capture the feel of present-day Marfa. He got it. In and around all the corpses, Demers' descriptions of our town rang true. As I finished the story, I started wondering just why his place setting felt right to me."
Como hasta el llanto, hasta el alma, amo tu duro suelo, tu pan pobre, tu pueblo pobre.
How with my soul and my tears I have cherished your obstinate soil, your destitute bread and your peoples. Corpses? They're here still, but they are represented by the derelict buildings, which are the source of inspiration for these 20 Marfa paintings. The buildings, the built environment and the ordinary things really show humanity.
Si me preguntáis en dónde he estado, debo decir, sucede.
Ask me where have I been, and I'll tell you. Things keep happening. Donald Judd lived and worked in this little West Texan town for the last 20 years of his life. His work and spaces are today as he left them when he died. There are a number of bars and restaurants. All the food around is really good. It's delicious and the air's clean. It's just it's a real escape actually. And there are interesting things to look at.
Ah, ese destino de la perpetuidad oscurecida, del propio ser, granito sin estatua, materia pura, irreductible, fría.
Oh, fated to dark perpetuity, to singular being, imageless granite, matter made perfect, irreducible, cold. Most of the major buildings were bought by the Judd estate, and they've all got living spaces and exhibition spaces. And he actually designed furniture for them as well. The locals saw him as a bit of a mystery, and the relationships weren't always happy, resulting for some reason in his covering the windows with paper, many of which are still in that state today.
¿Qué podía decir sin tocar la tierra?
What can I say without touching the earth with my hands? He is buried in the unmarked grave under the dust and the rocks, just there in the hills somewhere on the estate. But yes, it's I don't know, I suppose it was a thriving town once upon a time when the ranches were thriving, but now it's more a Judd town.
Mi inclinación será solo yo mismo en la debilidad de mis placeres.
My penchant for loneliness, to keep to myself in the frailty of my personal whim.
Estoy alegre de venir de tan lejos, de tan tierra, sin esperanza de permanecer, decidido al humano transitorio, destinado a vivir y deshojarse.
I am glad to have come from such faraway country, never dreaming of permanence, intent on my vagrant humanity, to live and unleaf like a tree.
Aun aquel que volvió del monte, de la arena, del mar, del mineral, del agua, con las manos vacías.
Even the mountaineer came back from the mountain, from sand, sea, the mineral world, water, empty-handed.
She opened the show and then almost got killed in a car wreck afterwards, or a snowstorm or something, right?
It's a
long story. Anyway, and then we met another Australian guy today at a restaurant, and he's here. So, in honor of all the Aussies here tonight, I'm not going to play the song that you liked, but I'm going to play
that little coquette down in old Chalmette in her red fishnets, smoking cigarettes. A train whistle did blow as she whispered low, Can we ride real slow all the way to Delacroix? Let the four winds blow down Blueberry Hill. I wanna walk you home, 'cause baby I have found my thrill. And a tear did rise as I kissed her eyes. Her mascara was blue and her heart was too. Let the four winds blow down Blueberry Hill. I wanna walk you home, 'cause baby I have found my thrill. Let the four winds blow down Blueberry Hill. I wanna walk you home, 'cause baby I have found my thrill. Let the four winds blow down Blueberry Hill. I wanna walk you home, 'cause baby I have found my thrill. A media cantina un cuerpo sangrando y allí mi Camila llorando y tomando. A media cantina un cuerpo sangrando y allí mi Camila llorando y tomando. Celos con mezcal, celos con mezcal, eso es fatal. Los celos con mezcal. Mira lo que me han hecho los celos con mezcal, clavado en mi pecho como un puñal. Mira lo que me han hecho los celos con mezcal, clavado en mi pecho como un puñal. Celos con mezcal, celos con mezcal, eso es fatal. Los celos con mezcal. Yep.
Is it 70s?
Oh yeah, 70s disco.
I should know that.
Would that we could all write one of these, right?
With what?
Would that we could all write one of these? Did I get that out?
I reckon it's
right?
probably
That's too funny. Even if you did write one.
Now loading on the station track, track, train number 2.
You said I'd always be a girl. I was your little pearl, the one you keep saving face and fake blue skies. I wouldn't come between you, I wouldn't even try. I can tell when something's over, say bye-bye. I can wait, I'll let that sun go down. I can wait, I'll let that sun go down. I never thought I'd miss you, but I guess I always do. There's nobody quite like you who can make me feel this blue. Do I miss the way you made me feel like I was second class? Well, I'd surely be an ass if that were true. I can wait, I'll let that sun go down. I can wait, I'll let that sun go down. Do-do-do-do-do, la-la-la-la-la. Do-do-ba-do-do-do, do-do-da-da-da-da. Hoity-toity-toity-toity-toity. I can wait, I'll let that sun go down. I can wait, I'll let that sun go down. Well, ever since I left you, there's a new joy in your eyes. No more need for telling lies, saving face and fake blue skies. I wouldn't come between you, I wouldn't even try. I can tell when something's over, say bye-bye. I can tell when something's over, say bye-bye. I can tell when something's over, say bye-bye.